What's up, everybody? Season, episode
1.
My name is Teppy.
And I'm TJ Black Velvet.
And your church girl is back.
And of course, Ghost Lady.
I'm still here.
How you doing?
I'm good.
We're back for another season.
Like
it's been a hot minute. We haven't been around for a very hot minute, but we're not deterred. We are back. And we're back with yet another conversation that we're going to put right here on the table. And the conversation is in light of what's happening on Twitter.
What's
When
happening?
we're talking... No, not that Twitter.
What's happening?
No, not that one. Let's talk about witchcraft, ladies. Let's talk about whether or not you'd ever use witchcraft on your partner. And let's be honest, we're being 100% honest. And whether you would use, for you guys who are married, you guys who are in serious relationships, whether you'd use umuthi ukuqinisa umuzi wenu. I'm putting this on the table. Let's open it up. Welcome to On the Table. So would you?
Personally, I don't think I won't. But I'm capable.
Wait.
No, I'm not.
Please say that
Wait.
again.
You have to,
That's not what I heard.
I don't think I will. No. I won't use.
No,
it.
But
Luke?
you're capable of using
I'm
it.
capable, very much.
I'd never. Umuthi wami Bible yam.
Ewe.
Oh.
Wena?
Oh.
Ghosty?
I don't believe in it. So still, I think I still need convincing. Yini umuthi, guys?
Yeah,
What is it? Isebenza kanjani? You know?
So when we talk about muti, I think also the biggest part is that we have maybe a misunderstanding that kibuloi all around. And maybe at some point, like we said, it's protection, right? It's to protect your house, it's to protect your home, your husband, your wife. And it's not always bad things.
Okay.
It's not always a matter of just because ngiyaqinisa, it means he must come home to me every day and be pegamina ngedwa. That's not the case of what muti is all the time.
It's the same way like how, see now, Nolu says umuthi wakhe is the Bible. So the way she probably prays and believes, it's just someone has another kind of Bible.
Holy water, baby.
You know?
And that could be uqinisa kwakho.
Uqinisa kwakho.
Yeah, but in the beginning you said we're speaking about witchcraft.
Umuthi, okay, true.
So maybe let's rephrase.
True. Let's not rephrase yet. Let's still stick on umutu before we go to the part of uqinisa and in whichever way.
Okay.
But particularly what I want to focus on today is the muti element.
Would you use muti on your
On
man or your partner?
Have you ever had
No.
friends who've done that before?
No.
Who have I have. I have in high school. Yeah, I went to an all-girls school in KZN, so go figure. And I had a friend of mine who was in matric, we were in matric, and she was dating a much older guy. And I remember I read the newspaper, and she had them like in little newspapers. She's not my friend now, so even if she does watch it, sorry girl, we're not tight now, are we? I don't even know how she looks like now in 2021, but point is, so she had wrapped it up in papers, and she was wearing the pita, and the pita with stuff on it. You know, I remember she had stuff loaded on it, and she had said that she wants to keep this guy. She wants to keep this guy. Funny enough, that guy actually looks a little bit like black coffee in hindsight. Anyway, it's not black coffee though, but it looks a little bit like black coffee. So yeah, so she had these things wrapped up in newspapers, and she wanted to keep this guy, and this is how actually she felt like this is how this guy is going to stay in her life. And I mean, she was quite young, come to think about it, right? I mean, to have had gone through that route as such a young girl is a bit problematic for me personally. And now that I think about it, I'm like, you did all of that and still didn't keep the man? They're not together. They had a kid together though, if that counts for anything. But they're not married. They're not together to this day, I think.
How strong was her belief in her muti? How strong? I think muti works according... even if I feel like with muti, even if it's as strong as the lightning, your belief with anything else,
Really?
you know,
So
if you really believe it works, and the person you're using it on, velelena, is that, what do they call it? They can easily they can easily be pulled by such. Then,
But how do you know someone's easily pulled by something?
you study your person, what they eat, how they eat. Do they trust you that much? No mulethu ukudla akaquestion ubona ama spots amnyama akakuzi bebushisile. They just eat.
Okay.
I guess
Okay. Ladies, your
Guys,
take on that one?
I know nothing about muti. I've never experienced it. I don't know people who've used it.
You've never seen it in your close proximity?
Never.
I have.
Ooh, I've seen way too much muti. I'm actually now trying to keep quiet because y'all might think I'm using it.
With this one, no, out. I won't even lie.
My circle of friends, if there are people who use it, they are very like, they ain't telling me, you know. No one is confiding in me, telling me, ew.
Because you're going to judge them.
Not necessarily. Like, I'm curious. I'd like to know. How does it work? Like,
Also, I feel like abantu abayisebenzisayo, they're also quite secretive about
Exactly.
it. So that's what gives it like a bad connotation.
Okay.
Is umuthi is iyeza, ne?
Yes.
So is using iyeza bad? Is it?
So that's why I was saying that when we talk about iyeza and muti, let's now use it in an English context, and we say medicine, right? And this traditional medicine, that could be a good and a bad thing, or a bad thing, right? I mean, when we look at umuti and how people are using it on Twitter, I don't know if you follow Hot and Served, where you see the girls there who are coming out and saying, yes, I have used this and this and this on this guy, and I need to have sex with him ASAP, and if I don't, it's gonna eat me.
Wow.
It's gonna eat me, or it's gonna kill me, or whatever the case may be. Yes. So those ones are the ones that you know that, I don't know if this was a good idea to go through this route, but girls are, because seemingly men are the prize. Because it's men that they want to keep.
Okay.
And it's the men that they
I
want.
think for people like me and Ukanye, we need maybe a bit of education on the muti and iyeza. As I said earlier, it's got a bad connotation to it because it seems like it's mostly used when you want something that you can't have or want something that somebody else has. You know, if you look at the history behind it. But what I would want to understand is when you say then, am I qinisa my house because there's another woman that's coming in the picture?
For other spirits.
So qinisa for the spirits, for there to be peace in the house. Maybe that's the conversation we need to be having for people who don't know, like me, because I only know is probably uyatagata. Which links me with this because that's what I know. I mean, it's and I'm not too far off because now I want something that you have. What is that? That is witchcraft. And funa indoda yakho ndingayifumani ndiyazi ba your man loves you and has her eyes only for you. Nandize neyeza.
So that you can be unattractive.
So exactly.
And then as a
So bakufakela isichitho.
Whatever the case may be, I don't know. But
Hectic.
But maybe if you know, maybe take us back in the sense that what was muti designed for? Was it for healing? Because I know there are traditional healers, like we said, for medicine now. Is it for healing? Is it for evil spirits to be away from you? Or did people just distort the whole idea of traditional medicine and make it look like witchcraft and actually turn it into witchcraft so that you can have what other people cannot have?
Okay.
Because that alone, for me, without even you using umuti, is witchcraft. The fact that I'm not happy for you being successful and I want what you have and I make means, kibuloi. That's just me.
You see, my reason for when I say that I don't want to be judgmental,
Sure.
it's because obviously, you know, when obviously something is westernized, then it's like packaged better. And it's the same things when in our own traditional, like African culture, you know, you get like, let's say you get from a medium, you get crystals that attract good luck. But now, you know, but the thing is, if you get it from a sangoma, it's like, it's a bad thing, you know. So we need to also be very,
I'm stuck really.
You see, now that's the connotation and the narrative that I feel should change. And let's not take away from the fact that there is the bad healers and there's the good healers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like
And like everything, like even in Western medicine, right? There's the good drugs and there's the bad drugs.
Sure.
The ones that you'll be addicted to and that will ruin your life, and the ones that will fix you. And that's the same way with Western medicine, and that's the same thing with traditional medicine, rather. So it's how we tend to look at things and how we call umuti and like I said, the connotation that comes with this word of umuti.
Yeah.
So for me, I believe in umuti. I believe that umuti works, good or bad.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the one that heals you on your everyday basis. This from maybe you've got arthritis, maybe you know, funny things or whatever it is that you yes.
Sometimes it's a soap that
Flu or whatever the case may be, skin issues.
Yeah.
I believe that in traditional medicine, that can help you. In the very same way that I believe that there's the one, you know when they say return back to sender type of thing. And I believe in that. And not only because I'm from Limpopo, but generally because I've seen it. And when I say I've seen it, I haven't seen it, touched it. But in my friend's context, like I said when I was in KZN, I saw it. I saw this girl unpacking a newspaper. And like I said, I don't know whether it works or not in terms of, does it keep your man for real? Because they broke up? Or how long it keeps your man for? Let me put it that way. Okay, because I said to you, I believe that it works. I just don't know how effective or sustainable it is.
Sure.
Because you must go back home every time.
Yeah.
Hambi vuselela futhi. Hambi vuselela again. So I don't know how sustainable it is personally.
Is it working because it helps when you're in a good relationship, or maybe it doesn't work if the relationship is bad and it's just not working out?
Then is that not the normal trajectory of the relationship anyways? It was going to fuck out anyways because
then was it necessary for you to even use umuti then?
Yeah, but you know how women are. We want the relationship to work, and if it doesn't work, we will hotspot from me. And my hotspotting involves medicine.
Also probably men as well.
Use muti like bokonka vibes so kyadla. No, Maravele. Bakona, they get to these places, they identify, they see a nice cute honey there, they're like long hambanai, they get home back. These things exist.
And I've heard that too.
It happens.
I've heard
it's
that.
real.
Like I said, which is so strange, right? Contrary, most of the witchcraft stories, I've heard them in KZN. So I won't mention who exactly, but I know a guy who used to have, and a family that still does have lots and lots of money, and sort of dominates the entire KZN Durban region. Let's say Durban in this case. And these guys apparently use muti. And apparently have ilwane. And they have snakes.
They have the
They have ilwane that they keep in their houses and their homes, and that's how they're able to maintain their wealth. That's how they're able to get women. That's how they're able to keep women.
and get respect. It's tunes.
Yes, it's tunes.
And
It's like, you know, I just can't properly articulate it, but
you know, there's this thing they apply on their eyebrows. Ghosty, she's gone, hamba. But I think it also goes with how strong the intention is with everything that you do, even with how you pray, the intention of what you're saying. How far are you willing to take this, to keep this person in your life? How far are you even willing to like there's so much the intention.
Yes, and I mean we saw on Twitter recently, right? We saw on Twitter of the lady who was a frog was extracted out of her vagina.
No, but also that's a cultural, it's cultural for fertility, you know.
Or lack thereof.
Or lack of.
So you don't want
So would
to
we
have
say that is
children.
witchcraft, or is that a cultural practice?
Ima. School me. Iti le frog yafakwa iphini kuche.
Wega loku phela andithi mele iblesse iwumbi yakho so you can give us fruit.
So they put it in.
Yeah, I don't know how
Okay,
they
you
do
see,
it, but
then I'm getting different stories because on Twitter that's not what I heard, and like I said, I didn't go in depth about it, which kind of sucks, which we should have. But someone said in some parts of Africa, so I can't remember exactly where, they put in the frog in your vagina, and basically when your husband or boyfriend is having sex, so this is you not wanting to have a child, right?
So you mean the
This is a form of, pardon?
But the frog is
it's just chilling in there.
Evidently, I mean, where would it be? So when you're having sex, this is allegedly, apparently, please don't quote me, this is what I saw on Twitter. When your husband is having sex and ejaculates, they ejaculate inside the frog's mouth and not in your womb.
So the whole time the frog is
What happened to a condom?
What happened to a Marina? Good old Marina.
You know?
You can have sex all you want.
And you can
Good old
ejaculate
implant.
and nothing goes through.
But this is cultural. So remember, we're also speaking in the form of contraceptive is available everywhere. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And which culture is this, guys? I think, look, it's culture.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, my phone is there, it's charging, but I actually would really love to read it for you quickly because
Can you look it up for us?
that's something that I had.
That we need to.
Yes, that I had seen.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying, let's say it's a cultural thing. So how do we differentiate between
And you say
a
this is
cultural
muti,
practice
this is culture.
and this is ubuthagat?
Hey guys, ubuthagat for me, really, it's about.
Thank you,
That is ubuthagat. It's without you having to
dark.
use umuti. Yes, I mean, in life you won't be you can't have everything. And the minute that you start feeling somehow because somebody else has or seems better than you, then to me that's a problem. I'm not saying Uguti, you can't look at Rukhumudzo and see that Rukhumudzo is doing. Why are you showing me a no?
You showing her the video.
Yeah.
The actual video.
Why are you
What shocked me with that video is that this woman is like well groomed, okay? This is someone I feel like they even went to wax. So you went to wax just to get a frog in there. Yeah. The commitment is real. Like.
So I'm done.
Hold on, let me find.
She's finding
Let me find, but continue chatting, guys. Continue chatting.
No, you disturbed me. I was talking and you disturbed me. Now you have to continue talking.
I wanted you to.
No, what is that? Where do you come from? You can't show me that and then you like
Never prepared for this one.
Maybe it's a cultural practice from her home. She's purifying her womb.
You know, we also can't judge people.
I didn't see the whole thing. It went rabbit.
You know, we also can't judge people based on their backgrounds and where they come from, because we think we know better. There is also that element that we might think that we know better and we actually know nothing. Yeah, so if it's culturally based, which is why I was asking about which culture is it, you know, then we obviously won't speak about it because we know nothing about that culture.
Here it is. So it says, this is by Kalahari Williams. Says, my fellow South Africans, the video you saw of a frog being taken out of someone's vajayjay has nothing to do with witchcraft. It is a fertility ritual practiced in Ethiopia. They use fertility frogs, but mostly fertility snakes. They believe, I suppose this one is the flip side. They believe that it cures infertility.
Okay.
I learned this back in 2009 from one of my friends in Ethiopia. I learned that there are parts of Africa that perform this ritual as well. So, then it's in Zulu or Xhosa or what does that say?
Okay, let's see.
Just
Let me
the end.
So akomdu uchithiweyo nguK wakhe siyekeni isichitho asenzanga nto kule game.
There we go.
So it was a cultural well, we don't know in this case, but
No, but she's explaining what we see, and even though we don't know the background, but it gives us an idea of what could be possibly happening there.
And then in this case, it's a good thing.
Yeah, for the Ethiopians.
I put this in
inverted commas.
Yeah.
Because I personally feel nothing should be going up your vagina except your gynae's stethoscope, your child. And
And you had to do the fifth and the meats.
So wait, now let me put it back to you, Nolu, who doesn't believe or has education on it. If you were ever given the opportunity, and take away the frog in this case, and I'm talking about umuti, good or bad in this case, right? So say maybe your in-law, your mother-in-law, uses umuti to clean her house and wants to use the same thing for you guys to use on your home. Is this something that you would consider? And she explains to you how it works, why it works for the family, and why it's worked for the families for generations. Because there are some who use the very same thing for generations. Do you believe that this is something that you'd use? This is something that you would sort of gravitate towards?
Well, me being me, probably not. But here's an interesting thing that my father said to me just before I got married. Wathi mamela ke mntanami xa ufika kulamzi uba kuyathakathwa nawe uzawufika uthakathe. That's just how
Romans do.
that's just how united you're going to. Yes, that's how united you're going to be, you know. But also on the other side, because of me, and maybe let me clarify. When I say I don't believe, maybe let's not say I don't believe. I do believe that people use muti and there's witchcraft, but I don't use it and I don't believe in using it. Ne? So when I left...
Would you come out publicly to say, Veling ya lawyer, I use it?
But is it lawyer? That was my question. Is it lawyer? That's what I'm battling with.
I say it's lawyer if your intention is to have control over someone else's destiny or life, or I don't know what I can call it.
To take over.
Because that person is no longer operating as themselves.
Yes.
There's influence and there's power over them.
And that's
so definitely for me, that's lawyer.
So in that context, no, I don't think anybody would. Nobody ever comes up. That's why I'm saying, why do people who use iyeza, because that's what we Xhosa people would know, okay? Abanye who know better than me would know the other things. Why is it so secretive? Why is it a secret?
Why is the secrecy around
it? Like, are you using iyeza for me? Are you using it for you? So if it's for you, dingenapi.
I would say the reason there's a lot of secrecy around it, remember earlier on I said it's about intention. These things, they require energy. You know, everything else in life is energy. So if I tell Unolu, Uguti, actually, I'm actually using this medication, this traditional medicine on Tepi.
It's also medication.
Yeah, this traditional medicine on Utepi. There's energy, how you feel about it. It could affect my intention on her. Maybe and then you ruin my things.
Why are you using it on the tape though?
Because that's who I am. That's what I am. That's what I do. I want to control everything. I so much want to control even how people behave around me.
I don't believe that Tepi can love you.
Yes, I don't believe Tepi can love me just by her loving me. I feel like
you need something to support the love.
So then am I right in saying Siti abamosha the understanding yesintu and traditional medicine tina kwabantu bamnyama? Because if umuti is umuti as in to heal and whatnot, we've made it to be this bad thing that the world now sees as witchcraft.
Which, by the way, witchcraft has always been around. Okay?
Yes, for sure.
But you see, even with the protection part, and I think the protection part, we might slightly be misunderstanding it, only thinking that it's only us, black people, who come for, who do it.
Okay.
It's, it's a worldwide thing. I mean, example, if we look at most Indian communities, they have, that red bangle around there. String.
Thread.
And that thread is not something that you can just buy and just put around you. It's something that they pray for. There's an entire thing there's an entire thing that goes into it before you can have it on, and that's for protection. That's for protection of other spirits. So be it Nolu spirit, be whoever spirits that are wrong and that are bad and that are here to taint me, may they bounce off, and that is what that's for.
Then here's my thing. How is it that the Indians have been able to keep their to keep it, I will say, sanctified, for lack of a better word, to keep it so, pure than us as the black community?
How did
we get to the point where mnangoku xa ukhumuto esithi usebenzisa umuntu ndizamoyika?
Human traits, guys. Human traits.
Human traits.
There's jealousy in humans.
Yes.
And the jealousy in humans is Nolu has a new car, has a husband, has a new house. I don't have. How can I stop Nolu's blessings?
Let me tell you, actually, sorry, Tepi. To correct that, actually, where she's going, her question, can I answer? It's because of when Christianity was introduced to Africans, to us black people, it's almost like it was introduced to, here's Christianity, but let's undermine what you've believed before.
Yeah.
What you believe is wrong, but then now we're elevating Christianity. So that's where the mistake has been. So it's like, now you have to look down on your own culture in order to embrace Christianity.
And not only that, Ghosty, there's the looking down, and then there's us who've misused our own muti that is meant to help us.
Yes.
And then we
Because
want to
now
go
it's not
out in the
packaged.
world
It's not
and blame
packaged.
people when we say we use muti and umuntu backs up away from you because unbonisa ukuthi umuthi wakho when usebenzisa for witchcraft.
At the root of the problem, mina, the way ngibona ngakhona, in my opinion, is angithi we have inyanga and then we have amasangoma, right? There's a difference. There's the healers.
Oh, inyanga is the healers.
The healers.
Okay, and the sangomas.
And then amasangoma, I think they're the naysayers. They tell you, they foresee things. Okay, this is what's coming up in your life. You know, I think the problem is ubunyanga or ubusangoma has become so fashionable that everyone now is doing it. You know, yes, we can't say people don't have a calling because it's exposed to everyone or twasayo or who's doing this. But for me, the problem is the same nyanga is the same person who would give you umuti wok your lawyer, the same person who says niga umuti wok police. So for me, the question is more on how are you both a healer and mtagati at the same time? Because when you are a healer, you're supposed to fix, not destroy. So a lot of them ngiyafika mina kunyanga ka khumuto eloyayo ngithi ngicela umuthi wokulungisa afike uThepi athi ngifuna umuthi wokumosha, and that same person they don't chase you out, they you know, they give you the same thing. So that's why I'm saying intention. Omunye umuntu usebenzisa impepho to chase away spirits, omunye uyisebenzisa for something else that we probably don't know what it is for.
So Noli, you still feel you don't believe?
No, like it's
and
not
because
me.
it's not something that you have been exposed to, you've been educated about, you're not knowledgeable about, and that's completely fair. Because it's not in your close proximity for you to be 100% sure about it. And when I say 100% sure, to say I can vouch that it's alive, I can vouch that it happens.
But she has already something that she believes in,
Which
and
is
it has
Christianity.
worked for her.
Yeah.
It has worked for her, and it's, you know, when something has worked for you, and it keeps you going every day, stick to that.
Some people just use water. Some people just use pure water and pray on it, and it works. So it's belief, intention. You ungeza nesihlahla osikhenje across the road and tell me that yilento, and if I really believe that it works, it probably will work.
So do you guys then say it's in our heads?
To an extent.
It's psychological.
To an extent.
To an extent it is. I mean, you have to have so much faith in something for it to work. It's like having a zeal to get that job, and you go the extra mile to get that job. Like you know what, I'm gonna do my best.
And you know that there's muti for that.
To get it
and
done.
they call it umlomo muhle.
Oh.
Exactly.
So what then happens is they say to you, go chew, and that's depends how you look at it, like I said, good or bad thing.
Okay.
Qualified or not qualified in this case. So what they do, they give you this thing, you chew on it, and then they say when you open your mouth at your interview, that's the first place you need to open your mouth.
Hey, difuna for reload to 60 million.
So that whatever it is that you say,
The right numbers.
wonke umuntu you know, they're just like, oh, because whatever it is that you're saying is something that I suppose in this case has been worked
Also
on.
that, you know what, like what if in that case, because remember, if you apply for a job, your CV has already, you qualify for the job, right? So you are there now for the interview. No, let's just take it like you've qualified now. They saw your CV, they are calling you for a job. When you are fagad, you get the umlomo muhle. But chances are is that you qualify already. Maybe you're chosen because you know the
take
thing.
chances.
Oh,
Uyaqinisa njengakho uthi uqinisa umuzi wakho.
Okay.
And in the very same of uqinisa umuzi, it's the same as uqinisa the same thing of like your car when you've just gotten a new car. You're saying
Then in that case, ukuqinisa, I'm thinking about my car, I'm thinking about my yard, then I would practice its tradition. Like you said to your question, if Uma or Ukoko or Ruban was saying, this is what we do in our home, and I've been that person who's inquisitive enough to find out traditionally, who am I, where am I coming from, what are your rituals, then I would.
The same way they'll tell you, like you pray for your car. You get a car, okay,
But
let's
not
all
to
pray
keep
for
a
it to
man.
protect it. I guess it's the same way if they have to sprinkle it with water. I think it's the same. It's just,
It's the same.
it depends on what you believe.
Yeah.
so the fact that there's more chemicals than just water. And this is just me being technical, right, in this case. For the fact that there's more than just water and lemon in there that I'm fafating, doesn't that make it different?
No. Unless now it's consisting of people's blood. You see now,
Yeah.
that's like, hey, that's just
Okay,
heavy.
yeah.
That's
Because even
Would you know what the contents are though?
I don't know. What if it's just maybe,
But when it's dark, I think bayabatshela man. That's why these things come back to return to sender. They bayabatshela ukuthi okay, ngifuna uze nebele lo muntu, ngifuna uze nani. You already know from the moment lo muntu akakutshela ukuthi this is what we're doing. You already know that it's dark and
yeah, no, the minute body parts are involved, you're like,
you already know.
all I want is a job. I don't want people's body parts. All I want is a safe home.
I just want inhlanhla nje
I
cha.
just-
I just want him to love me a little more.
and not see other women. You know.
Lerato hale rokwe, guys. I don't know. What will muti? I don't believe ukuthi you can make another person love you. Though iyayenzeka, it exists. To Tepi's point, iyayenzeka.
Yeah, I do. I believe that muti is alive. I believe that even the most popular people around that we know and that we see on a daily use it. I believe that it may work for them or it may not work for them. Personally, I've never used muti. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to start. I believe that there's certain types of mutis that we have renamed. Use things like pheromones.
What's
and
pheromone?
say, you know, pheromones is everything. So basically, every living creature possesses pheromones. Right?
Okay.
And those are the ones that attract you to the beautiful things in life and to the amazing things and the good lucks of life. And what then people will say is your pheromones are sleeping. So we need to awake them. So they'll either give you soap, or they'll either give you a herb, or they'll either give you different things, which, let's be honest, the Western medicine is the ones that came and put them in a pill form and, you know,
Make it
grinded
infused
it and
or
said,
make it
yeah, take it once a, take it once a day or twice a day.
Pamela,
But
don't hit my shoulder.
vaccination. Yeah, well, and then they said vaccinate. But what I'm also trying to say is, if we go to Islaling, example, there's many trees there. The fauna and flora that lives there heals us and has healed us for decades and centuries before we could put anything in a pill format.
Sure.
So our pheromones have always been awake. But now you guys have now recreated it, put it on Instagram, and made it so enticing for Tepiso or for Nolu, who doesn't really know anything that has to do with Western medicine or who doesn't know anything about muti, and it's just like, oh, it's called pheromones. And that it's a pheromone washer or whatever the case may be, and you're sitting there in your bath and you're here. You're here. And, you know, and they put testimonials, you know, testimonials of girls who are like, yo, I got a Mercedes yesterday. Oh, he bought me this, he bought me that. And you fall right in this trap. That either works or doesn't work.
So is there a way to undo? So let's say you've used muti to get your husband, but they know you are kanyang it. So you've used medicine to get him to stay and to marry you. Is there a way to reverse it? And
And cleanse him. But
do you have
must
to tell him?
He consumed it.
Now you must take it out.
He consumed it.
Yeah, I guess so.
He consumed it.
Thing is hectic for me.
So you have to be the one who.
To come clean. To say,
Yeah.
I think the fact that you even have to come clean just shows ukuthi imdaka guys got a lento. Why use umuthi? Why?
Because I love you and I want you to stay.
And I didn't
I
know
don't
any
trust you
better,
that you'll
maybe.
stay on your
But
own.
what part of me are you or which me are you loving now? Because ngokusengidomekile and it's Robert yakho.
You're in love with the sleepies.
Have you watched Izangoma Zodumo?
I've heard about them.
Where one of the Sangoma's husbands says that udlisiwe and efanele uyidlise indoda.
Huh? It's
In
a
the-
must.
And this is from a man.
Yo.
Vice versa, he says, to make this relationship work and to make it long term.
I like it as the fact that in this relationship, both people are in agreement. You see, if he's there saying, you know what, as a man, fanudliswe, So I receive, yes, and now I'll do the same for you. And when it's relationship, we know that's perfect.
Do you know, for me, you don't have to do much leasing. Just give me money. That's all the leasing you can do for me. Leasing a man.
You know what? Also, I'm trying to also think of maybe in context that this guy was probably using. It could really just be, just give your man some all the time.
No, that's not what they mean.
It is, Sebi. According to ufuna upanjaniswa nguliyeza. No sane person wants that.
I've met people that I've met people. But I've met people that are in relationships and they've said, "Yo, baby, the way we are so happy, no man keep doing it."
I don't think they mean it because they don't know what they're saying.
We used to
They mean it. They're happy.
Me and my husband. We used to do that a lot.
Did you mean it?
Yeah, no, well, we just like when
Lease each other.
No, I know.
I'm just like, it was a thing that we used to say to each other. Like, yeah, we're not as
baby,
now we're not to faka khulu lento yakho. Why you unglisa? You know? It's like
Do they mean it?
They mean
It's a
it.
joke.
it was
for
a
them.
joke.
No, I know for them it's a joke. But
Those two mean it. Those two on that show, they mean it. And she also has stuff for you guys that, let me find her. She also has stuff for you guys that you can put in your vaginas to keep men.
Do men have stuff to? I got traumatized.
I did this.
Yabo? But indoda engadiswanga, red flags, red flags, red flags, red flags.
Twitter long. Is that Twitter?
No, this is Instagram.
Oh, okay.
No
problem, no Twitter.
So, I mean, obviously, remember, these apparently work for many, many things. I see one, she says, introducing the new Swa show. It's 250 per bottle. It heals many things. I mean, from promotes sleep to your arthritis to your headache.
Just make sure he's well groomed. You know.
Just a little bit of isliso sangaphansi.
So they must, what?
Just so we're clear, we're not advising anyone to try these. We're not advising anyone to go and get themselves these things by a long shot. If anybody comes to us and says, on the table said, I must get this, you're lying. Just a little bit of isliso sangaphansi around your vagina walls before sexual intercourse, and he's as good as hooked. And she says, thanks me later, my babes.
Wow. Guys,
Yeah, it's a rap.
It's a rap.
Around your vagina walls?
Around the VJJ walls when I just toy.
Okay.
Guys, this is why I say the only people who've messed up umuti wetu, because umuti wesintu, I feel like umuti wesintu is the herbs. It's the herbs that you get on the tree, on the plant, your lavenders, your aloes, that is umuti, and it can be used for multiple things. But we've turned and made it into this dark thing that now only works when you want something that you can't have. It's like you were saying, intention. The minute you have an ill intention towards me or what I have, then the whole thing becomes distorted. So are we ever going to get, you know, so are we ever going to get to a point where then we are able to say, Uguti, Ukhumutso is really inyanga and she's practicing well and she's healing people, you know, using traditional muti without me, Nolutano, who knows nothing about umuti, being scared of being even in contact with you or whatever the case may be because you use umuti. Like I can walk into your house, I don't care, because I'm of the belief that whatever you're doing is for you, it's got nothing to do with me and it will not work for me.
Help your men, backroom, get them some manscape, nyana.
That's that on there. That's that on that. That's how we wrap it up, guys. I think it was a conversation that we felt we should have brought on the table. We might not be extremely learned about it, or five to learn about it.
Tell us your
views. Tell us your views, of course, on the comment section if you have experienced anything of this. I think, or if you use it, for that matter. If you use the herbs around your vaginal walls,
Sibeke namanamba weinyanga zenu nisiza abanye abantwana down there in the comments.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. That you're not going to do. Thank you so much. It's been an awesome one. We're back for season 2. This was episode 1. My name is Tepi.
And I'm your church girl.
DJ Black Velvet.
And the Ghost Lady, thank you.
And just like that, we're out.